On today's show, we're bringing you a price call that puts Bitcoin at $350,000 later this year. Yes, guys, in September 2021. And we're going to bring you two altcoin calls that are going all the way to the moon. In fact, one of them has already taken off. I'm Crypto Man Run, and you're watching Banter Brief. Banter Brief is your daily dose of crypto news. All the market-moving stories, the news, our analysis, and how we're trading it, brought to you in under 10 minutes. So regardless whether you're an OG or you've been here for a while, Banter Brief is a microdose of crypto content designed to bring crypto wisdom for people like you who are on the move. If you like this content, smash that like, smash that subscribe so that you know when we're coming on with more Banter Briefs. So let's go. Let's get our daily dose of crypto content. One place though where I'm not sure I'd be taking profits is on this altcoin gem. You know I love this altcoin gem. Look at what Coty is doing. Coty is starting to moon. We've been calling Coty on the show since 3 cents, 2 cents. It's now trading at about 26 cents, and this chart looks like it's about to explode. This may be your last chance to get into this project. Was that your last chance to get into Coty? Well, we did call it on the show last week, and we told you that this thing is going to moon. And what did it do? Coty is going to the moon, and I don't think it's the end for Coty, because here you've got a project with amazing fundamentals. You've got real-world adoption. You've got tons of real-world adoption. You've got an amazing team behind it who just keep delivering and keep delivering and keep delivering. And it doesn't look like this token is going to stop running. Today, we're going to give you a new price target for Coty, and we're going to tell you why. And tomorrow, we've got the founder of Coty, Shachaf Bar-Geffen, coming on to Crypto Banter Live. And tomorrow, we're going to do a full Coty review on the show. We're going to start off in the beginning, explain to you what Coty does, and then work our way up right through to where we are today with new partnerships, exchange listings, and whatever else. Let's talk about the other explosions that are happening. And let's not exclude Ethereum, because Ethereum probably had its biggest weekend ever in terms of announcements. Not only did Jack Dorsey actually fall in love with Ethereum this weekend without even knowing about it, but we also had some other announcements this weekend which were significant for Ethereum. Jack Dorsey, who is now, without knowing it, actually using Ethereum. And that is because a company called Cent has created a product where you can create an NFT of your own tweet. When you do that, the NFT can't be deleted, and the tweet itself, of course, can be deleted. And you can create something ownable and transferable. And Jack found out about this, and he auctioned off his first tweet. Now, his first tweet was just setting up my Twitter, and the bids on that tweet are somewhere around $2.5 million. In fact, the whole weekend, Justin Sun was bidding against another founder called Sina Estavi. And today the bid stands at $2.5 million. So why am I excited about this? The first thing is that we're building an internet of value, not an internet of data like the current internet, but an internet of value. And this internet of value is living on Ethereum. And so what it shows is that no matter how much of a Bitcoin maximalist you are, you will eventually use Ethereum, because all the cool stuff is being built on Ethereum. And that's exactly what we saw with Jack. Jack is a self-acclaimed Bitcoin maximalist. And this weekend, because he wanted to participate in something super cool in the NFT universe, well, he had to use Ethereum. And to use Ethereum, you have to buy Ethereum. The second thing that this shows is that blockchains are being used exactly for what they were meant for. The Bitcoin blockchain was for buying. People are supposed to buy blockchains, buy Bitcoin to store value. Ethereum is meant to be used as a utility token on the network. And you can see that's exactly what's happening. Jack is buying Bitcoin to store value and protect his balance sheets. But he's buying Ethereum because he needs to use it to interact with something super cool, like the NFT of your own tweet. I've said to you guys many times that I think that NFTs are the best things that ever happened to crypto. In fact, I think that NFTs will be the mainstream adoption tool. If we want to get people to use crypto, I think that NFTs are going to be the vehicle. Some people don't know enough about the state of the US dollar and other currencies to worry about having to hedge themselves by buying Bitcoin. Some people don't want to know about smart contracts, and they don't want to know about dApps. But everybody wants to own limited edition cool stuff. And that's why I think that NFTs are going to be the vehicle that drives mainstream adoption. And we're seeing it. We saw Jack, a self-acclaimed Bitcoin maximalist. What did he do? Well, he used ETH. That wasn't the end of the big announcements for Ethereum this weekend, because I think the stage is set for a 5-digit Ethereum target by the end of the year, a 5-figure Ethereum target by the end of 2021. Firstly, we had this Jack incident. Now we have another thing, EIP 1559. Now I know that sounds technical, but that is the name for the next Ethereum protocol upgrade. What this protocol upgrade does is it regulates the gas fees, and it makes Ethereum deflationary by burning some Ethereum with every transaction. So it does two things. One is it regulates gas fees, so no more huge fluctuations in gas fees. And the second thing it does is it burns Ethereum with every transaction, and as it burns Ethereum, it makes the Ethereum less Ethereum on the market, and that means the higher the price. So this was approved on a developer call this weekend, and it is being planned to roll out in July this year. What you need to note is that the miners are very much against this. Why are the miners against this? It's obvious. They can't keep hitting us for these high gas fees. But despite this, the community voted to pass this and to implement this in some block somewhere around July, and it's going to happen. And when that happens, then Ethereum gas fees aren't going to fluctuate so much. They're not going to be that expensive. And then what? Then Ethereum starts to work, and people are going to start to buy Ethereum. And speaking of people buying Ethereum, we also had a company listed on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange buying Bitcoin and Ethereum. What they announced, though, was that they're buying $22 million worth of Ethereum and less Bitcoin. The second part that's super exciting about their announcement is exactly what I said earlier. People are buying Bitcoin to hold and Ethereum to use. What they're kind of alluding to is, if you are a company that is getting into this ecosystem and is going to develop dApps or going to be using Ethereum, so think of the banks using DeFi in the future, think of financial services companies who are looking at Ethereum and going, hold on, we may actually use this network. This is one of the first non-US companies that is coming out publicly and saying that they're buying Ethereum. And where is this company domiciled? Hong Kong. And Hong Kong is now kind of like a part of China again. So very exciting developments on Ethereum. And again, I say, it wouldn't surprise me to see a $20,000 ETH by the end of the year, or maybe even a $25,000 ETH by the end of 2021. And of course, if we are going to talk about explosions, we can't ignore the big daddy, and of course, that's Bitcoin, because Bitcoin may also be exploding. And that is, if you look at Peter Brunt posted a tweet, and he says that he thinks that Bitcoin may go to 350,000 by September 2021. But there's another reason Bitcoin's exploding. And we saw it happening on Saturday as soon as the stimulus was approved. Yep, guys, we're getting another $1.9 trillion in stimulus. It's one of the biggest stimulus checks. Remember, the last stimulus checks was $600. This is a $1,400 stimulus check that has been passed and will be in the market by the end of March or beginning of April. So why is this so exciting? Because not everybody's going to use their stimulus checks to buy Bitcoin. But the last time that we had stimulus checks, Coinbase reported that they had multiple $600 purchases, which kind of shows that the people that aren't using their stimulus because they need to use it, what are they using it for? They're using it to buy stimulus. The first stimulus was passed last year in March. And that's, of course, when the market was at the worst. And you can see that Bitcoin started to climb progressively from that point. The second stimulus was in January this year. And the amount was a smallish amount. It was about $600 per person. And that's when Coinbase reported that they saw these multiple $600 purchases. Well, immediately after the stimulus, Bitcoin went up by 40%. This stimulus is about, it's $1,400 per person. So it's about 2 and a bit times bigger than the last stimulus. And I think that there are way more crypto investors now than there were in January. So we can assume that a lot more of these stimulus payments may come into Bitcoin. So Peter Brunt made a target of 300K, and he said that this may happen in 2021. And he points this out with his theory around the parabolic moves, and he's saying we are definitely tracking the parabola, as you can see over here. And if we do carry on at this rate, we could go to $300,000 and $360,000. Peter doesn't care what he's charting. He looks at the chart, whether it is maize, gold, silver. For him, a chart is a chart. He says, full disclosure, I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist. I've been in trading, in my 46 years of trading, I've never seen a more exciting market with a similar narrative. My largest current single non-real estate holding is Bitcoin. Yet for me, Bitcoin is just another market to be traded, like T-bills, like notes, like beans, like sugar. So you combine the stimulus checks, combine that with Peter's target, and I think we're set for a massive, massive price jump on Bitcoin. But there is one warning. The most important chart in crypto. It is the US Treasury yield. This chart is going to an all-time high. And as this chart goes to an all-time high, it's taking down the stock market with it. There's a tweet that shows that Bitcoin and the S&P 500 are very, very, very highly correlated. And you can see the guy says up until 2 a.m. CET, Bitcoin hit the daily high at 51,800. Same for the S&P 500 futures. Since then, both have dropped. This is my concern, guys, that if the US Treasury yield rate goes up, investors are incentivized to put more money into the risk-free asset, which is the US government bond, and less money into risky assets. And when that happens, the stock market may come down. And if the stock market goes down, well, then Bitcoin may go down with it. I'm Crypto Man Run, checking out for today. I'll see you again tomorrow. Same time, same place, right here at 10 a.m. EST every single day of the week. I'll see you again. And if you are trading, my friends, trade well. It's a rough market out there. It's fun, but be careful. I'll see you again tomorrow at 10 a.m. EST. Crypto Man Run, signing out.
Crypto Banter is a social podcast for entertainment purposes only. All opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers should not be construed as financial advice. Views expressed by guests and hosts do not reflect the views of the station. Listeners are encouraged to do their own research.